If you basically look at the combination of compliance, fraud, security, and all the losses that anybody goes through in financial services or in just in digital economy, that has surpassed $1 trillion a year.
That the fraud network seems to be far more organized than the financial service network.
Yeah, there are more identity thefts taking place in a single day more than that, right? So if you look at the digital casualties are much more than even the physical casualties in that just one market.
Sounds like fraudsters are a lot more organized. They don't have cybers, banks do. And also this trust seems to be episodic. Whereas on the other hand, things are happening on a continuous basis. So we need a unified continuous model to combat this threat.
Today, for example, in the United States, where a lot of people on a daily basis, there are at least about anywhere from 500 to 1,000 deaths a day on the freeways of the United States. There are more identity thefts taking place in a single day more than that.
Banks often don't really follow KYC in spirit. What you do is KYD and not KYC. So know your document, but not know your customer.
There is a fraud GPT, 𝗲𝗵 GPT. I can, for $1,700, right, I get a subscription to that and then I can create whatever fraud I want. So today, I think I personally find one of the scourge of our user experiences, OTPs. The reality is, today actually a lot of the technologies exist where you can verify someone on a device by binding their device or even behavior and a bunch of things that I mentioned in the same amount of time, with the same amount of cost, right, then like an OTP. But you know why most of the time you need an OTP? Because consumer wants it. If you look at outside US and Europe, markets like India or Brazil, their digitization journey is relatively new, right? Like about 15 years or so. But they are leapfrogging it much faster. So what took US to get there 30 years, we are getting there already in 15, 20 years, and we are getting much more advanced. And if I look at India specifically, right, you're looking at this from, if I divided it between identity and transactions, just identity-based fraud, you're looking at identity theft, account takeover, or any of these things, you've seen at least 30% more rise, like I mentioned, and that basically amounts to not just $100 crores, but thousands of crores.